Sideline of goal! Late winner's doing it! They're gonna take! He's gonna bring down Burning! Alone with a double kill! Dropping fast! Final points there! He's still alive! Wait, seconds left! He's going one side! He's going a second! He's taking it! Oh my God! On three! They're all dead!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Summit to Europe by G2A.com. I'm your host, LD, joined by Merlini.
Hello.
Very well rested Merlini, at least in comparison to myself. Fortunately, the games haven't required too much
Loser
depth
talk.
analysis, so we've been good as gold. I don't think I've missed a kill yet, actually. Well, I missed the one because you're like, is he going to die? And then he ended up living.
My ploy worked.
Yes. Brilliant. All right, here we go. Game number 3 underway, guys. It is a 2-0 lead for Secret. Best of 5 grand finals. Winner comes here to Los Angeles. They'll be facing First Departure, EG, and 3 other teams to be decided. Your Redemption team, your American qualifier, and your Chinese qualifier, which will be LGD, Vici Gaming, or Newbie. So some big, scary names there from the Chinese region to face up against.
So this is another different drive from Secret. Firstly, they skipped over to Tide, which is not terribly surprising considering how much success they've had with the Elder Titan. And also Cloud9, they also pick Vengeful Spirit instead of Ogre, which I also think is pretty important to note. Ogre Magi, he has very high base armor, but just gets wrecked by Elder Titan. I think maybe Cloud9 just says, you know what, give me a ranged hero. I can't tank in the front line anymore. I just drop like a rock, which Ogres aren't used to feeling at all. So Vengeful Spirit will make positioning a little bit easier. Also a little bit better for Roshan, too, which Cloud9 love to do. Tidehunter, Revenge, both minus armor heroes in Secret. Not going for Timbersaw was also a little surprising. Maybe just trying to end the game quickly, which is...
Maybe Secret just want to go out and celebrate as soon as possible, you know? Well, we'll see. They can't count their chickens before they're hatched here. They will ban out the Slark. We've seen very mixed results for that when Cloud9 run it. They had one really good game in what was it? I think it was either Captain's Draft Invitational or D2L, and then the game that they had in our tournament, which was a total disaster. So you never know, but they want to shut down any early to mid game prowess, I suppose, and they'll now ban out the Dazzle. Let's see, what do they go for here? They've already got their Prophet, their Support Elder Titan. They'll need their S4 hero for mid. They'll need their Puppy support, and they'll need Kuroki's carry. And Cloud9 ban the Void. They don't want to get countered when they try to go for the split push. They're going to back up whatever Eternal Envy is with a lot more team fight and just lockdown in general. Now the Bat Rider comes off the board for Bone 7. Most likely could be maybe Fada's hero and Bone 7 on the Tide, but either way, they've got their 2 main men in these team fighters and ganking specialists.
So who's going to play what, though? Was Bone 7 going to play Bat or Tide? Or is it going to be Support Tide? Or is it going to be Fada Tide? Or is it going to be Fada Bat?
I guess it depends on what Secret are going to put mid. Maybe that's what Cloud9 are waiting for.
Maybe
See
so.
if there's some sort of matchup they could exploit. Though neither of these heroes really specializes in dominating the lane. Also want to point out, again, there's still that Razor out there. It was banned last phase. Hero that Secret don't really run that much. Cloud9 ran in game 1, didn't work, but I mean, most other teams, it's just auto-pick material. Enigma again. Still going for heavy team fight. No Void, but Puppy says, we don't care. We like having the pushing power of the Enigma. There's still a Lycan out there. It's mostly been used as a weapon against Secret, but I wonder if maybe they use it for their own side this time.
Okay, the Lich. More lane control, which Cloud9 have severely been lacking, and I'd say, and
good against the Enigma as well.
Yeah, still not good at anti-push though, which is not wonderful, especially considering Secret's opener with a mid who can push very heavily, like Death Prophet or whatever it may be that they want to pick, and Kuro's hero, which could just as easily be a Lycan or a Terrorblade.
What do you think Secret have planned here?
Well, I think they're gonna. I don't know.
I feel like they're so good at hiding it until the last pick. Well, this is different.
It's good versus bat. I guess Kiro's gonna play this. I'm not sure if him or S4. I don't think I've seen either of them play it yet. I'm not positive though. So that's kind of cool. A little bit of sustain, some nice ganking action. Not terribly great for the push, but fantastic versus the Bat Rider if you can position yourself properly. So they didn't really have an anti-Bat Rider. The way that they handled the last game was just by ending the game really quickly and just kind of tanking through the Bat Rider with Aegis, which is not a bad solution, but maybe going for a soft counter here.
It's kind of like a safety net, I guess.
I don't feel like they need one though, but they do need some anti-single target though, just because of Venge and Bat Rider and Lich and Tidehunter. All of them have like tons of single target capabilities, and Abaddon I think is a little bit too passive for Secret's liking, especially with Elder Titan in the mix.
They also need someone to just go in first, and Enigma Elder Titan Elder Titan can if he's ahead, but generally won't be as the support.
Oh, that's generally S4-0.
Yeah. Well, maybe it is an S4 Legion Commander.
Yeah.
It's open-ended. Could be Kuroki. I did see Miracle's one-position Legion Commander, and he just wrecked face that game.
It's not bad. It's also a pretty easy matchup against Bat Rider, I'd say. It's very easy to keep your HP alive and just spam overwhelming odds nonstop. Bat Rider wants to use Napalm. If he doesn't use Napalm, you win the lane anyways.
And obviously, it gives you a core that can really scale extremely well into late game. So we'll see a PA ban out by Secret. An evasion, a bit of a concern for them. Of course, your overwhelming odds no longer disables passives.
Well, they don't have that much.
Your duel. No.
They have very little magic damage, so PA's decent here. I mean, they have like crummy ones like Midnight Pulse and long cooldown overwhelming odds.
Definitely a much more balanced draft from Cloud9. They get their strong lanes from the Lich Morphling, good pickoff with the Bat Tide, team fight from the Tide Lich. More difficult to push into. They don't have a ton of D-push, but they're solid there, and the threat of the pickoff is much stronger, so I would say it's by far their strongest draft out of these 3 games.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. The Tidehunter is really important for them. So I guess it might be like a off-lane Bat, off-lane like safe lane Tide, or vice versa with a Lich thrown somewhere in there, or just Lich Morphling mid. So yeah, their lanes are shaping up to be pretty nice. And Secret, they're going to have a hard time with this mid lane, too.
They'll go Zeus. This hero was also run earlier today in our SCA finals, and man, Zeus just destroyed Morphling in that game. There was a Scarth Mage as well, which was a big difference. You couldn't just toggle on Strafe Morph, but my god, the nuke damage. Just you morph to Agi so you can last hit and farm quickly, and you just get wrecked by the Zeus.
And they have Elder Titan versus Morphling. Why does Cloud9 pick Morphling into Elder Titan? And then a Zeus on top of it. Like, he could theoretically just die from full HP in 2 spells.
We've seen Frost Armor as like a pseudo counter to Elder Titan, but that doesn't really work when it's magic damage.
It doesn't. I haven't really seen it work at all, period.
I think I saw it work when it was like a Lich and a Sven, and maybe just a bunch of plus armor auras to go with it. At that point, it is a lot of armor, but depends if your opponents have magic damage, which I guess S4 will. Looks to be an S4 Zeus and a Kuroki Legion Commander. So they're going to take a page out of First Departure's book. Granted, it's also something Synchro's done. Not sure if they even watched those First Departure games, but quick bladder break.
They have lots of ways to stop blinks too. They have Elder Titan Spirit as well as Zeus Ultimate too. So if they get the jump with the blink on Legion Commander, and then they Zeus ult, it's almost a free kill. Especially if Legion Commander has a BKB, it's very, very easy to get a kill. So Legion Commander needs to get a lot of farm, and they also have to work really well around the Zeus Ultimate and the Spirit. Whereas Cloud9, they need their blinks up early and try and prevent Legion Commander from getting her BKB. Also keep Zeus down in terms of leveling if they can. At least Zeus's range, so that's much easier than a melee hero to deal with the Lich and Morphling lane. He can actually get pretty good CS.
Oh, this Legion Commander looks scary as hell.
The
She's got blood red eyes, dude. She's bleeding out of her eyeballs.
Duels 1-0. Not much of a pupper.
Yeah, or maybe pubs, but not on this account. I guess is the other option. They need to get rid of this battle points thing. Rest in peace, battle points. No bonuses any longer. Alright, here we go, folks. This is now match point the rest of the way. Cloud9 are going to have to reverse all kill Secret to take them down 3-2 and advance to the Summit Land Finals. One misplay, one slip up that results in a game loss, and they're donezo. So Secret with a lot of wiggle room. C9, not so much. We'll introduce our teams now. Secret leading 2-0. You've got Big Daddy No-Tail on your offlane Elder Titan. S4 going on that Zeus, not spending any gold yet. Puppy, your Enigma. Might have a quick clash here in the dire jungles. Kuroki will be playing that farming Legion commander, and it puts Simba onto the Nature's Prophet. And as for Cloud9, you've got Pylai Dai playing the Vengeful Spirit support. Fada on the Tidehunter. Not really a go-to Fada hero, but it's because they want Eternal Envy to have a lot of protection. He goes mid as your Morphlane. AI 2000 will start bottom on the Lich. Maybe he rotates. Bone 7, now swapping things up. He'll head towards the top lane, and he rounds out our introductions as your Bat Rider. So they did get a ward down bottom lane. At the same time, Radiant got a ward down here. Sentry wards for both teams. Nobody's got them. But Pylai Dai is gold, and Puppy does as well.
So it's Bone 7 mid? E bottom? I'm not sure. I see Bone 7 sitting there. And Kiro expects to be up against a Bat Rider, hence the Majestic start. But
Pylai Dai wants that bounty run. He's not going to get it. Big Daddy has the boots first build. Pie's getting pinged out. If Big Daddy knew what was up that hill, he'd probably go for the first blood. But he doesn't. Could be 2-3 Cloud9 heroes waiting.
Well, at worst, it's what? A Tide Lich Bat Rider, maybe? I guess Bat Rider with Napalms would be pretty scary. So,
yeah. Just living life on the edge, man. This is an elimination game for Cloud9 if they drop this, and Pylai Dai sticking around to try and get a rune.
So it looks like he will need some babysitting on bottom. Elder Titan already on his way there to help Kiro secure some farm. And Simba trying to get zoned out by Pi, but Pi's already at half HP from that brief engage, and even after he uses 2 tangos, he's not going to have any HP after that. HP regen, that is. So it makes it very difficult in Pylai Dai's shoes to zone out Simba.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he bothered, but...
Well, his camp's blocked. What else is he supposed to do?
Well, no, I mean with the rune.
Oh,
he could have just backed. I guess was worried that it might be like a haste and wanted to grab it, but had it been a haste, he probably would have been dead. Of course, did go the way of No-Tail in the end regardless. Speaking of No-Tail, getting close to level 2 now, and they do end up running their Lich Morphling off lane, so trying to find a lane that Secret can't really do much with in the laning stage and just secure that early Eternal Envy farm. They get the Bat versus Zeus mid lane, which early Magic Stick for S4 will mean just absolute free farm here, but slightly vulnerable to the Bat dives if he gets enough napalm out.
Yeah, but if he gets... Is his Magic Stick on chicken right now? Yes, it is. So that's pretty much means that Bone 7 can't like win this lane yet. He's going to be too low HP. He doesn't have enough regen. He has Boots first. And Boots first versus Bottle Crowing Magic Stick Zeus is just not happening.
Quick pause here from Cloud9. Not sure what the ruckus is about, but it's a big moment for them. How much faith do you have now, Ben? They're down 2-0. Do you believe?
Zeus wins, man.
Hey, you're biased.
Zeus wins. Elder Titan versus Morphling. Good luck with that. The only thing going for them probably is Legion Commander, not getting that much farm, but Puppy's uninterrupted. Last time he got level 6 in 5.5 minutes with 2 of his camps being blocked. This time, none of his camps are blocked. So, I don't know. Secret just have a lot of momentum. They also seem to know Cloud9 very, very well. Anticipate their moves, react accordingly, and I mean, nothing C9 has done has caught them by surprise, which I think is a very scary thing going into the rest of the series. Like, none of their picks even, none of their, like, no even attempts for Roshan sneaks, because they can't do so. Get scattered out in the trees. Like, just nothing unusual from Cloud9. Whereas Secret, they, like, first pick Drow Ranger, they have the Venom mid. I mean, if anything, I would say the TA pick was the most surprising thing, because it just...
That, like, sealed their fate. And that there's also a 4th pick, TA, with already some damage over time and
Yeah, that's
they went for that Veno
bold.
final pick just to lock it down.
Super bold.
Secret are just they have no hesitation. If they think like one hero, regardless of how little they run it, will change the draft, they'll just go for it. Like that game, like, you know what, we could push early. We already have the drow. Let's just throw Veno in here to shut down that TI. There's going to be a courier snipe attempt in mid. Prophet's coming in. Courier going to get clubbed as the bottle. It did get delivered. The long distance standoff there, but well, Bone7 trying to pursue out Big Daddy. There will be some Zeus spam. Bone7's still going for this. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Zeus has a regen too. That's even worse for Bone7. Oh,
You
actually,
try to go for something now. S4 could be in trouble here. He's got 5 stick charges. Bone7 committing fairly heavily. I don't think he can dive this tower though. If he had just a little bit more survivability.
So now he traded all his health and mana for S4's regen, and
on
top of that, he can't bottle Crow.
This lane is gone from bad to worse. Zeus gonna free farm. Batrider can go stack up his jungle when he's low, but will be slowed down a lot. Again, it's Big Daddy making all kinds of plays. This guy is just an animal. Sniping couriers, setting up constant echo stomps to disengage, to set up his team. He's making things happen for Secret across the board.
Yeah, he really has been.
And it's been for weeks, just consistently dominant on his... granted, it's not the widest range of supports, but I mean, they loom so large that like they ban the Wisp every game, and then he just does work on Elder Titan instead. Well, everyone knows Big Daddy's been playing well, so we say no more about that for now.
So Simba versus Fada in the top lane. I've actually seen some Nature's Prophet dominate Tidehunter. I've seen some Tidehunters dominate NP, although that's a little bit more rare. It looks like Fada's getting the upper edge in this matchup. 7-3 on NP versus the 19-4 from Fada.
There will be a rotation towards this top rune. Bone7 trying to go for it, but Simba there to snag it. They're really investing in just shutting this bat down, knowing that he does not have his bottle. Courier bottle crowing available for some time, so he will have to go back to base, it looks like, at 4 minutes in. It's a bit costly. Perhaps he'll do the bottle trick. Yeah, pass it off to AUI. Never mind. Free fountain trip. That's a cool mechanic.
And EE out of mana, out of HP. Maybe trying to set up for a kill here.
Eternal Envy very low, has basically no mana, but just enough. Stomp. Oh, is it just enough? Maybe not. Strength morphing to no avail. And the first blood goes on to all heroes. The morphing, and it's right while they were diving top. Cloud9 looking for that first blood in their own right, but Eternal Envy just gets a tiny bit too greedy, and they don't have a Rune Ward bottom. They've got one just plopped down near the jungle. That's very unfortunate. Nothing going their way in this best of 5, and there's no more margin for things to not go their way.
TP in.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh,
From bad
Simba.
to worse. Zeus ult, not enough damage. Bone7 barely able to skate out. Can they steal these neutrals? He's going to look to leech this experience, Simba will.
Wow, that was some nice heads-up play. They did have the Reservoir scouting mount, but I mean, Bone7 has just been constantly under fire or under lightning.
Under something. Under the gun.
What is Wrath of Nature? Is that considered lightning?
It's like the power of trees.
Damaging energy. Bounces around the map.
Damaging energy.
Let me shoot some energy at you.
It's pure goodness. Nature's prophet. Furion, man. He saved the world. The world of Warcraft 3.
So let's see if Simba blocks this next stack with the Treant. Yes, he will.
And meanwhile, Puppy on the smoke. They're going right for him. They want to throw some hate. Pilot dies way.
Another regen for S4? Wow. What?
It doesn't help that Cloud9 are not even checking any of the runes right now. Kuroki snagging the bounty rune bottom. It is a lucky one, but to be fair, it's not like S4 is being contested anymore. They did smoke on their Enigma. Puppy unable to find anything, but also not forcing it. He just backs off to the woods and he'll pick up where he left off. Wasted about a minute there, but just wanted to go for a little smoke play. Couldn't find it, so we'll play it safe. And it's a good lead early on for Secret.
Bone7 trying to go in opponent's jungle, and we'll get immediately scouted out.
They are up 3,000 gold, 4,000 experience at 7 minutes. Oh my goodness. This is an unmitigated disaster. Zeus ulti thrown out. They're looking for more follow-up. Nature's Wrath coming through. Not enough. Bone 7. Able to retreat out, but it does zone the bat off the tower. Now Pi will likewise be forced back, and that means, sure, you don't get a kill with the Zeus ult, but you probably secure yourself a tier 1. At the same time, Big Daddy could be punished top lane. Teleport rotation coming in. The Ravage connects, and Zeus a bit late to the party. Simba, though, will join this one. Fada, no way out of here. Arcane Boots doesn't even have mana to cast those, and he'll end up getting bursted down by your Zeus. At the same time, Puppey going onto the mid lane, gets the kill on Pylite Die, but not before going down, so he doesn't actually get experience for that kill. Still, he's level 8. And the tower was destroyed by the
gonna see a duel.
No, no duel yet. There you go. Now Zeus coming in. Easy winner. That's a cool combo. Zeus Sky, or it's kind of like the Skyrat Legion, I was gonna say, but with the added global element. And what did Cloud9 do, Ben? I mean, this is about as bad as it gets. You're down 4,000 gold, 4,000 experience. Eternal Envy gave up first blood, or gave up an early kill, and yeah, they're just struggling across the board now. Actually, no, it was first blood. That's right.
Oh, Fano wraps around behind. Puppey gets destroyed.
But that Spirit might do some work here. Kuroki, actually not enough yet. Forced to retreat out. He's got Magic Stick, though, and S4 arrives again, bringing the pain from above. Double kill for him. Could make it a third if AUI can't retreat out. That Prophet Teleport on cooldown, so.
Elder Titan Spirit plus Zeus. That is just
so dirty.
Better than Veil.
It's just like everything plus Elder Titan seems so good for this team. I don't know what you do. Pick your poison. The Wisp, the Elder Titan. What else could you possibly ban besides
Brewmaster?
Yeah, and the Brew. I'm almost feeling like maybe it's just better to ban the Elder Titan Wisp.
Well, they could also give EE not a super hard late gamer.
That's
and actually fight them earlier.
Secret tried to limit that. They did ban out the Slark, but I mean, there were a lot of other heroes available, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's an unfortunate part about C9's draft. They draft too safely. It's not one of those drafts where, like, if you're not up by 20 minutes, you're going to lose. That's rarely one of their drafts. It's like, we're going to be behind the 20 minutes, and we're still going to try and come back and win. That's almost always how their drafts pan out, and if they get an early game lead, they just easily win. So, yeah, this game, more recovery for the Morphling. He has a bottle. He is 0, 2, and 1. The Elder Titan already doing truckloads of work on him. He drops a ward in the top lane, hoping to be safe from the gank crew of Secret. But, I mean, when there's an NP and a Zeus, it's very easy.
Yeah, we didn't even really discuss the global aspect, but your Spirit's like a semi-global ability, and then you throw on the double ultis, and most heroes are just going to die to that if they're off on the map on their own.
Yeah, Pylite Die was down to like 300 HP after Zeus ult and NP ult, so that's a really squishy support. Lich also very squishy. No Tranks yet either. Bat Rider doesn't have that much HP. No Blink Dagger yet. I mean, the Blink Daggers are going to be rendered fairly ineffective, I feel like, too.
The pings came out, but they're actually going on top lane, are looking for it. Eternal Envy going to get caught out here, perhaps. The Spirit tracking him. Can't get in range. They did Zeus ult for that. Maybe just looking to get a bit of vision, but everyone on Cloud9 relatively healthy. Still, like, your Lich can't even enter the lane.
They're pressuring T1 top and T1 bottom at the same time, and they can't really defend it either.
And once Kuroki gets this Blink Dagger, all hell will break loose for Cloud9. At that point, nobody can be off in a lane when Legion's missing, unless they are baiting. Otherwise, they're just going to be giving up kills. Their backs are now officially pressed up against that wall. Kuroki continues to muscle in here, bottom lane. He's just unafraid. They're going to teleport in their Prophet. No. Backing off of that one. Just scouting with the Spirit in the woods while continuous pressure is applied. The Treants are just ruining this jungle play from Cloud9. They constantly try to stack to just take advantage of the woods, and we saw it in the earlier game. Simba's just there to punish it. They will get a swap here bottom lane, but Kuroki healthy for now. Well, relatively healthy. Unless this bounces back, I think he may end up living here. No more nukes. The bounce RNG not with them, and at the same time, top lane, chase onto Eternal Envy. Zeus ulti up in 15. They might get Eternal Envy on his way back to the well. They might not need a Big Daddy. 2 more punches. There you go. With the Spirit, he single-handedly tracks down that Morphling. And they still have their double ulti combo. Simba about to pick his up. The Zeus online in one. Blink Dagger now up for your Legion if he wants to purchase it. And they will find more. Bone 7 trapped out in the woods. The Thunder God's Wrath is applied. The global ramping up here. And AUI 2000. Collateral damage down to 200 health. Just from that double ulti. The thing is with the Zeus ult, you're guaranteed to hit the Prophet one as well if your timing's right.
Yeah, and that's only level 1 ultis too. Level 2 is going to be pretty brutal. Tidehunter does have his pipe, or his blink. He needs a pipe. And Batrider, 200 gold away from his blink dagger. I mean, I'm actually surprised that he has it this timing, considering what he's been going through. His own jungle's been shut down, constant. Treants there to block their spawns. They have observer rewards over there. He tries to go in opponent's jungle. Nature's Prophet finds him there too. And the vision from these Treants are just phenomenal.
Yeah, they're gonna set up shop here again. Secret making their rotation. They have their mech ready. Puppey worming his way into the Ancients. They're gonna let S4 walk up this cliff first. They get vision with the Treant. Actually, I don't know if they saw the heroes there. But it's about to poke its little head out. Big Daddy will go in first. He's got your gem. And C9 immediately blink out. Then they're like, oh shit, that's an Elder Titan with the gem. We should probably try and go on that. They'll swap him back in. They're going to commit fairly heavily to this. Kuroki blinks, but it's into the tree line. He'll manage to purge Big Daddy, keeping him, not purge him, but cleanse him, I should say. Keeping him alive for a little while longer. They'll bring down Fada, who just snagged the gem. Now AUI on the run. He'll get blown up for this. This gem is quickly becoming a disaster. Cloud9 dropping 3. They lose their second duel. And they're going to try and defend top 2, it seems. At least the ping's coming out. Puppey making the call not to give Eternal Envy even an iota of breathing room.
Easy gem baits, just like last game.
Tactical gem feeds. One for
Get
3.
him! He has a gem! Use Ravage! Use Chain Frost! Use everything you swapped!
They didn't use the Chain Frost, but everything else, yeah, pretty much thrown out.
It's pretty comical how that ensues.
Yeah, I don't think that was necessarily their intention, but it is kind of funny how it panned out. Puppey, he's the gem carrier. He will go down. Zeus ult was used, though. And once again, they go on the hero that has the gem. It seems to be cursed Eternal Envy. He stops to pick it up. This horrible, horrible gem. It's costing them all their lives. It's cursed. Stop grabbing it. The curse of the gem is very real. This thing is such a bait. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Cloud9 right now. They are on the verge of having the 5 bottom farmers here. Their Tidehunter is barely ahead of the 5, at this point, 5 position Elder Titan. This is the most one-sided game of the series, and I mean the other games were pretty damn one-sided. Especially game 2. Their summit hopes may be slipping away here. Let's see if Cloud9 can find a way back into this game.
They come back. Oh, Fada TP or blinks into trees. Oh my.
This is going from bad to worse. Another duel winner. That's just a gimme. At the same time, they look for the jump in mid on Bone 7. S4 wants to cancel that blink dagger. They're going to throw out the Spirit first. Now he blinks in. He'll throw down the pain. He doesn't have his ultimate, though. He needs another nuke. There's your stomp. He's going to get another Thunderbolt. This will be the death of Bone 7, perhaps, as well. Thunderbolt up into the tree line. Got him.
Got him.
You really can't run from S4. And that change to Zeus is pretty legit.
I agree. Secret's also really good about drafting against the Tide too. Notice they have 2 ultimates that won't get Kraken, which is Duel as well as the Enigma ultimate too. So they're well versed in playing with and against the Tidehunter.
Yeah, we've also seen them go a lot for Doom in the past as a way to deal with it. So
yeah, or just straight damage. Like they don't really need stuns because they just have so much damage that Tide will get blown up if he doesn't pop Ravage immediately.
S4 just going to do some farming here. They are continuing to press their siege in the bottom lane as C9 try desperately to clean to life here. They had to work so damn hard just to get to this grand finals, and
the 4-man smoke with the Replicate.
Oh.
Can they do it?
Well, when the Replicate's smoked at a million miles behind, I'm not sure how well it works.
They have Ravage. They have Lasso. This could be it. They have Chain Frost.
Are we going to see that classic Cloud9 Roche sneak?
With their lineup.
Oh man, they're desperate. They do get the jump in from Fada, but he kind of spins around in a circle. Now the Zeus ult will come through. Nature's Prophet ult about to crash in. Fada gets clipped by it. He's low. He will fall without even ravaging. And gank's over, folks. Too bad there's a duel. Bone 7 unable to run. He'll get caught out. The swap attempted. He still drops. Now Pi also in jeopardy. 3 dead. This is just not happening for Cloud9, and they're chasing down Eternal Envy as well. The Replicate's gone. It's not very much of a trap at all. He does have a waveform, barely able to survive. Puppy going for those high ground plays. Kuroki on the chase. One more plink. It's a 4 for Zilch again.
It was a nice try.
Ben. Top 5 net worth, all on Secret now.
It was a nice try by Cloud9. The Zeus will just completely stop them in their tracks, so no blink on the Tidehunter, no blink on Batrider, and they just can't get a clean initiate. On top of that, they have full vision of everyone, and makes positioning super easy.
Fada trying to jump in. He's got a Ravage ready to go. Puppy with the mech. Might want to pop this one soon, as he's going to go back in. Scratch that. Hope Black Hole. He gets healed up. Oh, Flame Break's there. Going to cancel it. Puppy in trouble in the trees. They may lose Kuro too. Already used that cleanse defensively to help his buddy. Puppy down. Kuro also down. Don't count Cloud9 out 100% just yet, although they still hold the top 5 most net worth. But into the pit straight away. Buyback status is up on the Legion, not up on...
How are they going to do Roach with their lineup? Replicate maybe, but Morphling has no damage. Maybe he can go full edgy.
That's really risky against Zeus Nature's Prophet. Yeah, I don't know. Bloodstone already out for S4. At the rate he's going 7-0 and 8, he's going to rack up these Bloodstone charges very quickly. And it also means that when he dies, if he's near his team, that Ravage will be completely negated. Just healing his team right back up to full. They're going to jump in, looking for Bone 7 here. The nukes come out. Now the Zeus ult almost solo killing Bone 7 without even the Elder Titan Astral Spirit until now. Big Daddy comes in, finishes the job. Another takedown as Secret hone in on their Summit 2 berth. Just so damn close. They can smell it. They can taste it.
Elder Titan's so good versus Batrider too. You can't Firefly into the trees. They have full vision of him the whole time.
He just seems so good against Cloud9's entire playstyle.
Yeah.
Illusion-based carries, or very stats-heavy carries, like the Terror Blade, the Morphling,
Scout the trees,
the Rat Dota in the trees. Yeah. He's also tanky, so it's not like they can just assassinate him that easily. Eternal Envy is getting pursued out here, bottom lane. Big Daddy and Puppy just relentless in their pursuit. They do have a stomp, but he's already gone. Back to the well. Still, not really farming.
Nope. He is number 1 though, but below Elder Titan. Number 1 on Cloud9, that is.
That's like, let's just be clear about what the number 1 means. Oh.
Okay, so now
Rough
Secret
time.
can easily do Roshan to Eidolons, Nature's Prophet, Treants. Should be easy peasy if they so desire. Still fighting Cloud9 with Ravage and Batrider. Don't want to make the fight too easy for them.
Bounty rune snagged by Kuro. As Pi will amble towards that Roshan pit. They maybe try to lay a trap here with Bone 7 in the front, but with 2 heroes off top, it's not much of a trap, and we now see a Blade Mail for Kuroki. No BKBs in sight for Cloud9, and they're all fairly squishy. This pure damage versus the Morphling, just more ways to punish and control Eternal Envy. Hell, the entire team will drop to this. Some really nice Blade Mail timing, and Simba going for the Courier Snipe, almost finishes it off. He will immediately teleport out. Doesn't actually get the kill, but hey, still, pressure's there. Keeping Cloud9 on their toes and maybe setting up openings elsewhere on the map. No mercy from Cloud9.
Secret get a D ward on that ward above Roshan. And another Replicate out. So they're getting some split push action going on here, but the gold graph, we see a slight dent after those 2 kills, but let's be real here. 17,000 gold lead.
Puppy hanging on in the top lane. C9 chilling bottom.
Man, if S4 got a Veil plus Elder Titan, oh,
Spear
the damage.
Through onto Bone 7. He's going to get slept up, then, or what? Malefice, then slept up, then zapped. See ya. Twilight Eye also dropping at the same time bottom lane. I think Cloud9 might have been looking for someone here. Maybe not. They were looking for someone. I'm not sure if anyone was actually there, though.
Well, they got scouted out by Zeus Ult. Night King's over.
And they're a bit slow to scramble the defenses. I'm not sure if they can defend this. The tower mid just... How often do you see a Zeus just casually auto-attack you at tier 2 at this stage of the game? Man, S4 is far ahead. 2,400 gold online. On top of his Bloodstone. Already 10 charges up. Look for him to continue to rack these up. Simba will be pursued bottom. Zeus ult not yet ready. 50 seconds on that one. Into the little engagement. Simba will go, or Eternal Envy will go. He manages to pick off the Prophet. Finally a kill, but AOI 2000 will get caught on the rear. He'll be dueled for this. Eternal Envy did make it out safely to the well, so 1 for 1. It's only a Lich down. They get the Prophet. Definitely a win there for Cloud9, but, well, is it enough?
More damage for LC.
Not sure Morphling can carry this even if he does get farmed.
It's looking grim. And a Ghost Scepter versus their lineup. Do you want to get one shot?
I don't know, man. What does he go for? Kuroki could just solo kill him with duel if he doesn't have that.
I don't know, maybe...
BKB would help, I guess, but does that really give you late game? You're not winning this stage.
Yasha?
Yeah.
Manta style? Split push more? That's what they're going for. I mean, Ghost Scepter is not going to save him. It only prevents damage from LC and Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, there's and most of the damage. If we could look at the damage done right now, I'm guessing it's like 80% Zeus, Nature's Prophet. Well, maybe not 80, but definitely over half.
Yeah.
Only from those two. Pylai die and Eternal Envy looking for their teleports out. Envy will wave in. Pi just barely escaping. Jumping out of that burning building before it crumbles to the ground. Hanging on. Just cleaning.
EE crumbling.
He's managed to eke his way into the 5th most farmed hero position. So, hey, they've broken that top 5 stranglehold, Secret of Hell, but, I mean, that being said, the graph is still climbing against them. It's a questionable distinction. There's an Ethereal Blade now. In good news, when you use the Ethereal Blade, it no longer makes yourself ethereal. So, that change will help the Morphling quite a bit here.
In bad news, EE is stuck in the trees. And gets swapped out.
Oh, feeling the pressure. Understandable given the circumstances.
Okay. High ground push. Looks to be imminent. Batrider and Fada on the Tidehunter can make big plays here. Let's see who we get on the last. So I guess an ideal target would be... I want to say Zeus. Actually, Zeus has 1700 HP and BOTs.
Puppy going in bottom lane. He's going to BOT on top of AOI 2000. Malefice is there. Kuroki will join him. A freebie of a duel. Should get this kill in time. Yep. Another winner. Plus 80 damage. That is over a Sacred Relic and counting. Closing in on MKB territory. Minus the mini bash. A lot of deeps.
What a deep.
There's your Yules. Stomp combo. Replicate out. Uh-oh. Not there. Uh-oh. This could be trouble. Earth Splitter's going to come through, but they do isolate S4. He zaps. Not quite enough to kill off Eternal Envy. Manages to replicate back out to safety. This could be a big turn. They bring down that Zeus. Big Daddy going to fall as well. Secret getting a wee bit cocky. Puppy now streaming in. He sees low HP heroes. He wants to go on Eternal Envy. This time, no replicate will push him back. That's a long duration stun. Kuro has a duel, though, very, very soon. Black Hole's ready. Duel can come through. Get some bonus damage. No, didn't have it in time. 1 second to go, and at the same time, Simba manages to snipe Pylai Die's Venge. They still kill the Morphling.
The cursed gem. Oh, they're actually going to pick it up. Simba didn't see it.
Why would you go for it? That gem will be the death of you.
Poor Platinum Roshan. You're dead.
Well, either way, the push comes now from Secret. They're down their Elder Titan. The Zeus already back in the fight, and with the mass BOT, Secret bludgeon their way into this Cloud9 base, looking for the Game 3 3-0 sweep over Cloud9. A win here, and they come to the Summit 2 Land Finals. Cloud9, this is the last stand, losing already 1 lane of Rax. Eternal Envy still not even managing to catch up with that Enigma and net worth. They'll lose a full top lane of Rax. Nothing ventured. Nothing really lost here by Secret. And now they'll go for mid. They're just going to systematically look to dismantle the C9 base. Kuroki with that Aegis still available. It's got about a minute and a half A little bit less, maybe. They'll push on through. They're going to look for a duel soon. Uh-oh. Quick reactions. Actually, they go in. Big Daddy was not cleansed. Kuroki not quite ready for that. Still, he's tanky. Zuso coming through. Nature's Prophet ult might begin to bounce. I'm not sure if they're going to get vision for this, though. Looks like not. With the Elder Titan dead, they lose that precious spirit. Still, what else do they have now? Ravage has been used. Elder Titan out of the fight, but doesn't matter. AC complete on Kuro. That's going to accelerate the push dramatically in C9. It's on a knife's edge now. There's no disputing that. Tower going to be denied or drop, and feels a lot like game number 2. A little bit slower on the push, but same result where they just give up. A lane of Rax, get absolutely nothing, maybe 1 kill. And now look at a secondary lane of Rax. If Secret wait for the next stages, maybe they want to do that, then go again. The struggle is very real.
Zeus is getting Dagon. Nice.
Well, Eternal Envy went E-Blade, so, I mean, why not just go for more nuke damage? You're up against a Morphling. No BKB. No Linked Sphere. Seems like a great choice. And they're going to find Eternal Envy, maybe. That Spirit's hunting him. He's going to wave on through. He replicates out at the absolute last second. We'll make it back to safety. Still, Ben, they're going to group up bottom lane. And they're going to look for this.
It's a YOLO smoke. Here they go. Their last hurrah.
This is it. Buyback status. They do have 3, but they're way too far behind to be buying back. They need a pretty convincing team fight win. They do have decent positioning. For now, wave through will be from Eternal Envy. Puppy's there. He gets lassoed instantly. Now the Ravage coming through. It only connects on S4. And now look for the turn. The duel onto Fada. Follow-ups there. 4 absolutely slaughtered. As Secret just tank that Chain Frost. Charging in for the GG. Seems all but certain now.
Yep, nice cleanse on the lasso from Puppy. And...
or from Kuroki, you mean?
Yeah, from Kiro. That was over.
I don't know what they do now. They'll buy back Unvenge. One more fight, and then it's going to be all she wrote for Cloud9. They'll wave in with Eternal Envy. Uses the shotgun. Zapped by S4. No mercy from him. He'll bring down 1. He looks for Fada as well. He's dead. GG. Cloud9. Their Summit 2 dreams, at least through qualification end here. They have to pin their hopes on the redemption vote through the compendium now. As Secret, you got to say, Ben, they were just solid from start to finish throughout the Summit 2. Finished near the top of the group stage. They dropped the 1 game versus VP Polar, but outside of that, basically a flawless playoff run, and they're coming. This Summit will indeed be, I mean, what's smarter than so smart?
Wow.
Wow. Wow smart.
All of them were here for the last one.
Except for S4.
Oh, except for S4, yeah. Man, come on, Alliance. Anyways, yeah, that was not too much to talk about there. Secret just no C9 in and out, and outdrafts left and right. Or C9 outdrafting themselves.
They seemed just like they were completely prepared for Cloud9, and felt like Cloud9 was just always getting outpicked, outlaned, out. I didn't feel like there was too much outplay, although they certainly played extremely well, but they just were more decisive. They had a game plan. C9 seemed a bit lost.
Gotta respect the Elder Titan a little bit more. Also had to vary up the hero picks, like Morphling versus Elder Titan. Just
they picked into Morphling after seeing Elder Titan with only a Lich to back it up.
And the Tidehunter, too, on Fada, like, I'm not exactly sure what it is about C9, but they can't seem to fight early with the Tidehunter, surprisingly, which is what you're supposed to be able to do, but regardless.
Well, it was a pretty solid beatdown. There's not a whole lot to
Wham!
But it sets the stage now. So looking forward to the LAN finals for the Summit 2. We're going to have Team Secret coming to represent Europe. We have First Departure, who had a very long road today. 8 games. Went the distance in both series, took down Malaysia 2-1, took down Invasion 3-2. After being down 2-0 and about to lose Game 3, they had like miraculous miracle comeback. So they'll be here, and EG as your defending champ. So we'll get to see Secret EG again. Maybe a little Starladder rematch.
Revenge.
Yes, perhaps. Secret. I did hear, the rumor was that right after they lost to EG, they're like, we got to get to the Summit because we know that's the next event we know EG will be at. And we'll try to
I'm sure they try anyways.
Yeah, and they're not playing Dream League, so. Well, with that said, guys, that is going to wrap up the Summit 2 Europe. Thank you all for watching.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Secret. They come now to the LAN finals, $284,000, 184 of that. Thanks to your generous support for those of you who bought the compendium, for those of you who bought the treasure chest. Thank you so much for helping to support the players, the tournament, and we hope you'll continue to do so. if you have bought a compendium or you own the ticket through the marketplace, be sure to vote in the Redemption Team vote if you're interested in doing so. We have put up a very short YouTube guide. It's like 5 minutes. You can skip about halfway through for anyone who has questions about how you vote. And, of course, be sure to update your votes when the playoffs end, because if a team qualifies, we ignore the votes for that team. So now that Secret's qualified, if you voted for them, I highly suggest that you go back, update your votes. We count the other votes, but your first vote is the most important. Gets you the most points. So with that said, guys, that wraps up the Summit to Europe. We still have America. We've got one more day of playoffs for China, but we're closing in our final list of teams. It's the Redemption Team to figure out. It's the 2 more qualifier teams, and then it's the LAN finals this December, of course. As always, I'm LD. You can follow me on Twitter at LDDota. More importantly, my good buddy Ben here at Merlini Dota.
Thanks, LD, for being a trooper.
Well, I guess I got lucky as far as sleep goes anyway. But congratulations once more to Secret, guys. Congratulations to First Departure. All VODs available at youtube.com/BeyondTheSummitTV. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.